Hello and welcome everyone to another beautiful day here at Live at the Waterhole. We are starting off at Jamala at Madikwe Game Reserve right here in South Africa. And already some elephants are down at the water having a late morning drink. My name is Amy, and I will be with you for the whole show today. So I'm really looking forward to us spending the rest of the show together, seeing what all comes down to the waterhole. It's always exciting when we start these shows. We never quite know what little surprises may await in store for us. Of course, elephants are a fantastic way to start, but I'm hoping for a little bit of birding today. Somewhere along the line, if we see some birds coming down to the water, maybe having a water bath, perhaps some buffalo. I haven't seen that for quite a long time as well. But let me know what you are hoping to see today. This is a live and interactive show, so you are more than welcome to send through your comments and your questions. You can do so in the YouTube chat stream or through the Wild Earth website or the app. Otherwise, you can join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth. Well, it is looking a little bit more overcast today, so I'm interested to see what the temperatures are like. Let's head over and check out what's happening with the weather. Well, warm all around today. Slightly cooler here at Madikwe than yesterday, but the heat has arrived where I am here in the Lowveld at the moment. Juma and surrounds getting up to about 35 degrees Celsius today, so very, very warm. Still nice and warm, 31 here at Jamala, so I'm sure we'll see plenty more elephants coming down throughout the rest of the day. Lance, thank you so much. You said it's great to have me and you're looking forward to all the sightings. Me too, Lance. It's going to be a good day. I can feel it in my bones. Protea Club. You say, how's it, Amy? It is going very well. Thanks for sending through your message. Hope it's going well on your side today as well. How closely up at this elephant. He's using his trunk.
lot goes on behind the scenes of a safari. Sign up to be an explorer and get exclusive access to Behind the Safari.
Sit back, relax, and take a deep breath.
Learn more about the WildEarth team.
I would not normally keep it on the dashboard, but I'm going to show it to you there.
Come along for the surprises and chaos. Download the WildEarth app today. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
Yeah, but my ET Jumbo Jumbo, hello to you as well. Are you watching from Kenya by any chance? It's good to have with us. Thank you so much for joining. We are here at the Bukakuyo, and quite a bit more light here. You can see the Egyptian geese, and those are some of their goslings as well. We've been watching them grow over the last few weeks since before Christmas when they were born, hatched, should I say. And still 7 I see here, so that means all of them have grown up to be quite big. Oh, Joe, that's a good question. How many birds have I seen here? Oh, I'll have to count. I haven't seen, to be honest. A lot of them are quite well camouflaged, so it's a little bit tricky to sometimes pick up with them if they're on the ground. But I'd say what European, Egyptian geese, black-headed heron, blacksmith lapwing. I think we saw three-banded plover, Cory bus.
Do you yearn for a seamless and tranquil connection to nature? Download the WildEarth app and become an explorer to enjoy ad-free viewing. Stay tuned into your favorite shows and enjoy the sights and sounds of nature uninterrupted. Explorer subscriptions are available monthly, biannually, and yearly. Sign up today. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
Well, we are here at Juma, everyone, and there's a beautiful herd of Ellies who are, well, I think they had a drink. So lovely to see these elephants out and about here at Juma. Normally they head off so quickly. Hopefully we get to watch them for a little bit longer. Oh, Protea Club, I do hope so. I was actually said right in the beginning that I was hoping for maybe some buffaloes today, so that would be a real treat. I don't think I've actually seen buffaloes here at Juma Waterhole, so that would be really cool if that were to happen. Oh, there come a few more elephants, everyone. I think the heat is drawing them out. It really is a scorcher of a day here in the Lowveld. Andy, you say good morning from the UK. Well, good morning to you, Andy. Well, actually, it's just gone past noon here in South Africa. I think you are an hour or two behind, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, what a beautiful close up of this female. And look at those eyelashes, everyone. So long. And you can see that bit of mud caked onto her ears as well. Oh, she's coming really close to say hello. Oh, Wendy, you've asked a good question. You want to know if males or female elephants are more aggressive. I think both can be equally aggressive. Actually, I'm seeing must bulls, which are elephants, male elephants in a heightened state of testosterone, Wendy, who can cause a lot of damage and can be quite aggressive towards cars and things like that within parks. But then at the same time, there can be female elephants who can be extremely aggressive, especially when it comes to their calves with vehicles or even being on trail on foot with these animals. And a female elephant gets very protective. So I think, of course, the males are a mature bull is, of course, a lot heavier, a lot stronger than the females. So they would possibly cause more damage, potential damage. But I mean, you're still looking at 4.5 to 5 tons of elephant within a mature female. So just because they're a little bit lighter, they're still extremely strong. But I wouldn't be able to say, okay, no, the males are more aggressive or the females. For the most part, actually, elephants are extremely gentle and not actually very aggressive at all. But there are certain circumstances where, when feeling threatened or when in must, that they can act more unpredictably to certain stimulants. You can hear a beautiful woodland kingfisher there calling very clearly. Well, we are getting some beautiful views. Oh, hello. Feel very rudely interrupted there by these elephants. But we were getting some really beautiful close ups as this herd moves on, starts to feed today. Hannah, hello. You want to know, do birds alarm call only for predators? Hannah, let's explore that a little bit because birds, uh, I haven't, it's a bit tricky to say that they have an alarm call exactly. Like squirrels have an alarm call, impalas have an alarm call, kudus, bushbuck have alarm calls. When it comes to birds, often what gives it away is sort of this incessant chirping that they do, and you'll have a variety, like a lot of different birds all chirping at once, and then often it's a snake that's in the tree. Um, Sometimes it can be for something a lot larger than that. It's the same with squirrels. They will generally alarm call. Their alarm calls aren't as reliable. Let me put it that way. Sometimes they can just alarm call because of a person walking by or seeing a vehicle, even. Um, Whereas birds are generally only get worked up like that when there's, for example, a snake that's attacking their nest. But for example, I wouldn't say, oh, that woodland kingfisher calling was an alarm call. In fact, it's more of a mating call, for example, or a territorial call, something like that, that would actually attract another kingfisher, or to let other males know. For example, rattling testiculars chirp all day at the top of their little tree, and that's their little territorial call. So it's a good question, Hannah. So birds don't only call for predators, but there is a specific sort of like panicked chirping they get, especially with those birds that are sort of smaller tree dwelling birds, that then alert us. You're like, oh, those birds aren't happy. What's going on there? But I don't have a specific bird alarm call that I think of when I think of any sort of species of bird.
Nurture your connection with nature with our weekly newsletter. Become an explorer and receive the latest word from the wild in your inbox. Catch up with your favorite WildEarth characters. Watch the week's memorable wildlife encounters. Stay up to date with the happenings and what to expect from WildEarth. Sign up today and get the best seats on the largest safari vehicle in the world. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
TK Matt, hello, good to hear from you again. You want to know how soon after giving birth will a female come again into season? Well, on average, a female will have a calf between every 4 to 5 years or so, on average. So, what would then be the case, I suppose, is when that calf, so of course, while she's pregnant, she won't be able to fall pregnant again. That's 22 months. That's, let's say, 2 years. Okay. That baby is born. She then is focused on rearing that baby until I think her full attention is paid to it between for another about 2 years because of her producing milk and stuff. Now, whether she actually comes into estrus again in that time, that's something TK Matt, I'm not 100% certain of. I am going to have to check that for you. But what I do know is generally when that calf is about two, she'll then fall pregnant again between 2 and 3, and then be pregnant for obviously another 2 years, and then so basically 4 to 5 years after her original first calf is born, she'll then have a second calf, and that is sort of the right amount of age for that first calf to, they wouldn't have been completely weaned, but their demand for milk is far less, and so she'll be able to focus her energy on the newest calf, which will then take most of her time and energy and milk to raise and rear. Now, TK Matt, what I think is it's possible that just like a female will into her cycle after giving birth relatively soon. It doesn't necessarily mean that that female elephant will one be mated with, and that she can avoid, and will only really allow herself, let's put it that way, to become pregnant once that calf is about 2 to 3 years old. So I hope that answers your question, TK Matt. Honey Badger, it is, isn't it? It's lovely to see so many elephant families at Juma. And how lovely is it to just watch this Ellie having such a cool drink here. I can almost feel the refreshment. It is such a warm day here, everyone. The sun is beating down. Rajak, you say good morning from the Roots Jacksons. And you are watching and relaxing on your holiday. Oh, well, I'm so glad you've chosen Wild Earth to be part of your holiday. I'm glad that this you find relaxing and can even be part of your holidays.
Welcome to Eco Training Pridelands Conservancy. Hey, Susan, no. Oh, look at her, she's absolutely gorgeous. Look at these two pushing each other. Well, it has been lovely to see some elephants here at Jume, everyone. But
It really is a treat to see them. They are slowly moving off, though, little by little. I do love watching their interactions. And that one's now balancing on one foot. Well, why don't we head over to Jamala and see what is happening over there? Ah, some more elephants, everyone. Picasso, so good to hear from you. Thanks for joining us again today. You want to know, um, well, you're saying that you saw one white stork yesterday at one of the waterhole locations, and have I seen any yet? I don't think I have actually. Um, Definitely not on the waterhole shows as of yet, but that would be great if we could spot one of those. White storks are actually amazing birds. They are migrants, so we only see them here for the most part within South Africa in the summertime between about April to May. Some do stay what we call overwintering, but it's not normally the case. They migrate all the way from Central and Eastern Europe as well as the Middle East. do often wonder what elephants would be saying to each other right now. These three bulls, two much larger ones, one a little bit smaller, all standing here together. They often do look like they are in some very deep conversation. Oh, that's quite interesting to actually have a view underneath that elephant's foot there briefly. Sometimes, if they do rest one leg, we get such a cool view of underneath the foot. And elephants have incredible feet, everyone. One of my favorite features of an elephant, I think it makes them so unique. They in a class all of their own when it comes to their foot structure. They what we call near ungulate. Well, them and actually the humble Dassie, known as a rock hyrax, which is actually why one of the reasons why Dassies and elephants are quite closely related taxonomically. Now, their foot is unlike an antelope or a buffalo or a zebra or a rhino or a hippo. All those animals have a particular amount of toes, as it were, either odd-toed or even-toed ungulates. If you think about a zebra, it's got one hoof. That's making it odd-toed. The only other odd-toed ungulate that we get is the rhino. It has 3 toes on its foot, one big one in the middle, and then 2 smaller ones on the side. Antelope has a split hoof, so it's like the zebra's single hoof has been split in 2, for example, like your impala, kudu, gemsbok, springbuck, all sorts of ones that all have the split hoof. And those are even-toed ungulates because they have an even number of toes. The other even-toed ungulate is a hippo. It has 4 different toes. But the elephant is neither of those, none of the ones that I've listed, and that's why it is called a near ungulate. So it hasn't quite got hooves, it hasn't quite got toes, but it does have toenails, and it has this fatty tissue underneath its foot, which has these cracks and wrinkles underneath, which helps it walk so quietly. Oh, this elephant looks like it is feeding on some fruits that have been dropped here. I have no idea how they would have gotten there, although they are looking very similar to what a marula fruit looks like. Although I don't see any marula trees above there, but it's found something delicious to eat. And this is a really awesome chance for us to see how amazing that trunk is to be able to pick up these. Well, I'm assuming they're fruits. It's very difficult to exactly say from this distance. Kim, you want to know if water holes are rather quiet at certain parts of the day. Yes, Kim, there's definitely points where water holes can be very busy and points of the day where they can be a lot quieter. Now, you can never say for 100% certain because, of course, animals can do whatever they please, whenever they please. So, if they feel like coming down to the water hole at the hottest time of the day, then that is what they're going to do. But generally, animals tend to visit the waterhole in like the late morning-ish time, just before it gets really, really, really hot. Um, and then sometimes with elephants, though, when they are that early, they actually want to come to the water, which is sort of between about 3 o'clock in the afternoon is the hottest time of the day. Generally, I've noticed, and this is, of course, just my observations from the show, that we've been watching these water holes between sort of 11 to 4 p.m. in the day. And it does tend to taper off in the last sort of hour, half an hour of the show. We tend to see things get a lot more quieter. And I think because of that peak heat, many animals start to just rest in the shade. They just wait it out. And then once the heat has passed, Kim, we will then see a little bit more life come around the waterhole as it gets later in the day. Um, Also, water holes tend to be more active in the day. Many of the herbivore species that use the water hole, the majority of animals we see here, are not predators, and they tend to all mostly be diurnal, so active during the daytime, or majority mostly active in the daytime. So, therefore, at night, your waterholes do tend to be quieter. You might see something like a herd of buffalo come through, which is always a special sighting. You might get a lone bull coming through for a drink. Um, and then, of course, you might have those special sightings in the nighttime of like a leopard or a lion coming through to have a drink as well. So there's definitely an ebb and flow, Kim. There are points of the day. It's not necessarily the same every single day, but there are some general uh, patterns that we can pick up. Hello to some more elephants, everyone. We are in for a treat today, I think. Bill, hello. You say a very relaxing way to start your day before going to work, seeing all these Ellies around the water holes. Thank you, Wild Earth. Well, it is a pleasure, Bill. I do hope that you have a wonderful day at work. No day can be that bad when you see elephants having fun around the water hole, I suppose. Well, this pool party is officially on the go. I love watching these sort of young teenage elephants have fun in the water. They can be so comical sometimes.
Are you a wildlife fanatic, glued to YouTube for your daily dose of animal antics? Then, welcome to Africam's wildlife community. By joining our YouTube memberships, you get no ads, just wild live streams, chat with other bush fans, get early access to exciting camera spots, and flex your wildlife knowledge with fun quizzes. Visit Africam's YouTube channel and click the join button now.
Kim Twister, you say pool party in session? Absolutely, isn't it just? It has officially begun, everyone. Lots of fresh poop around as well. I particularly loved seeing some of these smaller ones have to kneel down to reach the water on the banks. Ali, you know what? I've noticed that as well. I have seen that the water is looking quite green today. Um, It could be a few different reasons. There may have been a storm that passed through last night. Sometimes the fresh water from that can make the water look quite green. It also could be a little bit of reflections, the color of the sky, all of these sort of overcast factors affecting the way the water looks, especially with the shadow of the elephant coming over the water. So there could be a few different reasons, Ali, why this water is looking much more greener than normal today. Joanne Miller, you say Ellies love water greetings. They do, don't they? They really do love arriving at the waterhole, seeing each other. Look at that little one running across there now. There's actually another little one which it's coming over to. All right, well, let's head over to Juma and see what's happening over there. Oh, wow. What a view, everyone. It's not every day you get right up close to an oxpecker. It looks like it's on the back of a female nyala. Well, an nyala, let me say that. It might actually be a very young male nyala. I can just see this black streak across the middle of its body. Or the middle of its back, let me say. But just have a look at how this oxpecker works. It's so interesting. If you've ever wondered how exactly they do their cleaning, this is exactly how they do it. And they have those very special claws which actually helps them latch on to the fur or the skin of the animal. Definitely now looking like a female Nyala. You can see how these oxpeckers actually have their bills open when they are pecking away, and in fact not really pecking as so much as sort of brushing, I would suppose is more the correct term. I've never actually been able to notice that before, how they keep their bills open. This is amazing. Kim, absolutely. This is such a beautiful close up. It's very rare that you're able to get so close to birds like this, even with binoculars. These nyalas or kudus or impala just generally move away, and it's one of the privileges we have of the Waterhole show, being able to be so discreet with these cameras. And it was interesting to notice how that oxpecker also uses the back of its tail to balance. It fans out the back tail feathers, digs it slightly into the fur, and together with its claws, oh, this Nyala's sniffing, very interested in everything around it. Scent being such an important tool of the Nyala. I think we're also lucky with this camera being placed on a rather large, sturdy tree. It provides some fantastic shade with which this Nyala is taking advantage of. And have a look, there we go. We can see the tail of that oxpecker now fanned out like that, helping it to stay steady. Well, everyone, it is almost 1 o'clock here Central African time. So just a reminder that we are going to be adding Africams to the Waterhole show in about a minute or so. So if you are watching on YouTube, please make sure that you are ready to hop on over to either the WildEarth app or the website, where you can carry on with the stream. Otherwise, if you are in the UK, you can use the Freeview channel. Otherwise, in South Africa, on DSTV channel 183. Well, our Nyala is now finished at the salon, looking very sleek and shiny, if I don't say so myself. All right, everyone. Well, now it's time. So get ready and let's introduce Africam.